Hi guys, this is Kathleen. Look, I just left the courtroom. I am disgusted. I am utterly disgusted. I am so disgusted. I live here in the good old United States of America, and let me tell you something. I just went to court for Discover Card. Discover Card wants to charge me an excessive amount, more than a balance that I even owed on the card. Okay, because they're a big corporation. It wasn't only Discover Card. I just sat in a courtroom with other hard-working Americans who were in there defending their right to not have to pay an excessive amount on these freaking credit cards. That's fine. If you give me a credit card, I accept the credit card. I accept the terms and the conditions of the credit card. But when you have excessive usury on the card, when the company themselves do not abide by the guidelines which they have set forth when they sent you that credit card agreement, I have a problem with that. If your card was only valued at $1,500 and I owe you $1,500, that's fine. You can take that out of my check. I can pay you monthly. We can make an arrangement, whatever the case may be. What you don't get to do is charge me in excess of $800 and some dollars because at one point in time in my life you gave me some freaking credit. I have a real problem with that. Not only that, but I'm sitting in a courtroom amongst other American individuals who work hard just like me, may have fell on hard times just like I did, and here we are struggling, trying to do what's right, you know, paying our bills, being responsible, and then you want to drag me to court. One lady was in there, her debt, her credit card was $1,000, and they wanted her to pay $4,000. The excess was total fees. This American system is past flawed. This is evil. This is detrimental to society, and I'm sick of it. This is disgusting. And to have a judge sit up there and tell me that Discover Card does not care about me, I'm not concerned about Discover Card on a personal level. I'm concerned that I can walk into your courtroom, I cannot defend myself against these big corporations when clearly, well, I did defend myself, clearly their agreement states that I have the right to terminate my card at any time, but the amount that I owe them would still be, I still would have to pay that amount. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Again, I'm not trying to get away from taking care of my responsibility, but at the same time, don't use that as an opportunity to capitalize off of my hard-earned dollars, okay? And when I'm sitting there with a card that had $1,500 and you want $1,900 or $2,500 or $3,000, that's not going to happen. And I'm sitting among other individuals, white, black, whatever your color was in that courtroom. One lady, like I said, $1,000 card, and they're trying to get $3,800 out of her. What are we going to do? It's time for these judges to take some responsibility. It's not my problem with Discover Card or Capital One or whoever else. And they worked out a great deal with me, a settlement, and I'm paying them, and that's fine. My problem is we go into these courtrooms and these judges are allowing these big corporations to snatch our coins out of our pockets that we work hard for. I did just say snatch my coins, didn't I? They allow this. This is the problem we have in America. Excessive usury. People are getting away with this. These big companies, can you imagine? I want you to think for 1 minute. I walked into one courtroom that had at least 5 people present, okay, who were defending themselves. Imagine 5 people a day walking into a courtroom trying to defend themselves against big corporations. You know we can't afford no attorneys. And we walking into these places and the judges, one person after the other, is awarding those big companies $1,000, $2,000, $4,000 each extra on top of what we clearly owe them. They're making a lot of money out here on our blood, sweat, and in my case, heels. And you know what? It's time that we educate ourselves. So educate yourself in terms of credit card usage. And you know what? If you don't have it to spend, forget about it. Because at the end of the day, they can use you to pad their pockets, and they have judges who will sit behind the bench and rule in their favor. So just understand that. Get you a secured credit card. Put $1,000 on it if you want to have a credit card, and just keep that. But we have to do something, and we have to start doing it now. And the first thing we have to do is educate ourselves. Do not go out there getting these credit cards. And and really put the responsibility on these courtrooms and on these judges. When I walk into your courtroom, your job is to be fair and equal. That is your job, to look at that contract agreement and to know what it says. And if I am on the side of right, your job is to make a judgment in my favor. I don't care if you have drinks together, coffee together, if your kids play soccer together, you and the attorney, that's not any of my business. My concern is that when I walk into a courtroom, you do what you are supposed to do as a judge, as a judge, as a judge. This clearly falls on you. I can't wait to see the outcome of this case.